Okay guys, so let's take a look at my collection of monkey wrenches or auto wrenches that I've been purchasing from the car boot sale over the last year or so, all except this one here, which was my late father's, and I can remember this from when I was a kid way back in the 60s. Let's take a closer look at it. As you can probably see here, this one has taken quite a battering over the years. I don't quite know who battered the hell out of it, but somebody did, maybe father, I don't know. But as you can see just here, it has had quite a hammering, quite a bashing. I think it's the same on this side as well. Yes, look, you can see where it's had a hammering. I don't know whether it was to cure any looseness in the spanner itself, because it's quite loose. But then I think they're all loose, aren't they, these things? So I don't know if anybody actually succeeded there. This one runs quite nicely. Could do with a clean up. I think the pivot pin is loose and also rusty, so that'll need cleaning up. It's the company that makes this thing is iTools, Germany. It's got written just here. So perhaps Dad picked it up in Germany when he was stationed over there, back in the 50s maybe. But it's got a little tyre lever on here, so you can get your tyres off of your bicycles if you need to. I did actually manage to find something very similar at the car boot sale last year. And here it is. It has that exact same sort of tiger stripe finish to it, like father's. It's got a bit of a tyre lever on the end here, as you can see. It looks very similar design. I think the adjustment might be a little bit longer than father's as well. Again, it could do with a clean up. This one's quite stiff actually. Yes, it's very stiff, so this could do with a drop of oil and a good clean up. This one hasn't got a company name on it, so I don't know who made this one, but I'm willing to bet it came out of Germany, maybe the same factory, because as you can see from father's, has got a bit of red paint here. So has this one got the remains of some red paint in there, so hopefully you can see there, guys. What else have we got in the collection then? I've got this very different Domino shifting wrench here. I've got a review of this as I cleaned it all up recently. This one runs very nicely now. It's unusual in that the adjustment is at the top here instead of underneath, like a standard monkey wrench. But then I suppose that's the idea of it, you know, somebody thought they'd design something differently. Next up we have this made in the USA 9-inch auto wrench here. A little bit rusty, but I think it should clean up quite nicely actually. You can see it's had a little bit of wear and tear on it, but other than that we run okay. We're a little bit gritty and horrible, so it obviously needs a degreasing and cleaning up. As you can see, my hands are getting grubby from the rust and the filth on these things. So this is a 9-inch made in the USA. This little 7-inch by Gordon Tools was made in Sheffield, England. Quite a nice little thing. Don't know how old it is. I don't know how old any of them are really. This one again is a bit greasy and gritty and horrible. Really filthy, as you can see. Horrible. But you know, for the age of the things and how long they've been kicking about, I'm not really surprised they're dirty, to be honest with you. But say this one was made in Sheffield. Quite a nice little auto or monkey wrench, this one. And then we'll move along to this thing here, this monstrous great big one. This thing is unbranded. It's 15 inches long, and if I remember rightly, weighs in about £3 or something like that. It's really hefty bit of kit, guys. Massive. It does actually run not too bad. There's a little bit of grit to it, but it's absolutely huge. This thing, absolutely whopping, massive, great big thing. As I say, it is unbranded, and this one, would you believe, this size cost me £3 off of one of the stalls there. One of my favourite stalls on the boot sale where I go to. There, £3 for that massive great big thing. I wonder how old it is. I wonder who made it. Last month I picked up this interesting little 9-inch auto wrench. This one was made in Spain. The company is Zubi Ondo or something. Zubi Ondo. As you can see, it's like folded here and welded onto the lower jaw. It's like plated somehow, zinc plated possibly. I think of all of them, this one, ouch, let's keep my finger out of just here, shall we? Yeah, out of all of them, this runs best, I think. It's again quite loose and rattly, but it's quite an unusual design too. I think this cost me £1 or £2, something like that. It's not gone rusty because of the plating, but quite unusual design, I think you'll find, guys. Let's bring in the massive M24 nylock nut on its bolt and see if they still work. Try the Zubi Ondo, the Spanish item here, which runs quite nicely, so we should be able to adjust it quite nicely to fit quite quickly. There we go. Yep, doing a good job, no problem at all there then. God, blimey, what can we do with the Domino shifting wrench here? Yep, the longer handle makes it a lot easier to work the M24 nylock nut. God, it's getting tight there. Let's give Father's rather battered old monkey wrench a go, if we can open it up. There we go. Right, it's nice and loose as you can see. Yep, works again. God, blimey. It's really hard work, this nylock nut. Let's take a look at the one that's very similar to Father's here. Oh look, the pivot screws come right out, guys. It's that bad. I better get that put back in actually. Okay, done. Give it a go. This is a nice comfortable one to use. There we go. Cool. Let's give the made in USA 9-inch auto wrench a go. Again, quite nice comfortable handle to hold because it's so nice and wide. Not doing a bad job at all there, guys. Okay, let's see if we can get this 7-inch Gordon Tools wrench on here. I don't know if it'll open wide enough. It's very stiff. I'm getting filthy. God, blimey. Can we open it far enough? Yes, we can. Right, let's get it on the nut. Now, we've not got a lot of handle to play with here, so this should be fun. It's going, and it's surprisingly comfortable to use, actually. God, blimey. Right, let's get a big bertha on it, because this should make a, you know, should find it a piece of cake. Let's have a look if we can open it up. It's really stiff. God, blimey. There we go. Right in. This should be a piece of cake. Hang on. Right in. And we've got quite a considerable amount of leverage going on here as well, guys, so it's really, really easy to work this massive nut here. So it's obviously designed for much bigger nuts than this thing here. Look at how easy it is. Like it. Okay then, guys, so here's my collection of rather filthy monkey wrenches or auto wrenches. I like this one. Massive, great big thing. So I think it weighs in around about £3. It's really heavy. It might be even heavier than that, but it's really hefty old thing. My late father's. They're really grubby though, as I say, apart from this one, because I cleaned it up, so it's nice and clean now. This interesting looking one. If I can find the time, I'm going to have to clean the rest of them up, but I'm not going to do too much to my late father's one, because, you know, obviously that's the way he had it and that's how I would like it left, obviously. Looks like it might have had a price sticker just there at some point or another. I've never noticed that before. Little sticky going on there. But yeah, but for about, you know, £2 or £3 each. Some of them are £1. This one here was actually 50p because I fished it out of somebody's toolbox and they said, oh, 50p, so I thought, yeah, that'll do. But a lot of them were like £2, a couple of quid, £3, £1 or so for that one. Really unusual, this one. I haven't seen anything like that before. But yeah, quite an interesting collection, and I hope to be adding to this collection too. Basically every time I see a monkey wrench out there at the boot sale, I like to pick it up, especially when you get something unusual like this fellow here. So yeah, see what else I can get in the future then. What I do find interesting is how they differ from something modern and contemporary, like this Stanley Fat Max demolition wrench of mine. Look at the difference, how they, you know, the difference in design in about 100 years or so. Really interesting. I know I've got a few of you guys have been asking me to review this little fellow, so I'll see if I can get on it this afternoon sometime. It's the what's the number here? FMHT 75081 Fat Max Demolition Wrench. What I do find interesting about these old wrenches is how far they open. This thing opens out to getting on for 3 inches. It's almost 3 inches. About 74 millimeters. But to be honest with you, if you were going to get a nut that size in there, I personally think it would have to be a square nut, because if you get the more modern hex nut, it might not go in there. Here we have an old-fashioned square nut, shall we say, made out of cardboard, and you can see how that fits in there quite nicely. At least it would if I'd cut it to the right size. But there we go, see, a nut will fit in there quite nicely. It gets a grip halfway down the nut, or just over halfway down the nut, so you could get quite a lot of torque on that. So let's try a contemporary hex nut. Here is our rather poorly made contemporary hex nut. Let's give it a go, see what it does. Well, that's not too bad actually, looking at it. It's not made very well, but it will actually go in there, but you haven't got quite so much area gripping the nut here and there, not like the old-fashioned square nut. So maybe you'd do a lot better with a square nut then, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, guys, but throughout the entirety of this video there's been a blue bottle hanging around in here, buzz all over the place. I'm going to see if I can get it in a minute or two. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at my collection of monkey wrenches or auto wrenches. As I say, every time I go to the boot sale I look out and see if I can get some more, because I quite like them. I think the thing, you know, it's a nostalgic thing with fathers just here, so you know, the more I can get the better, I think, really. I don't know if hopefully I'll get time to clean them all up, apart from this one. I'll get time to clean them all up. There's a little bit of rust going on some of them, so they really do need cleaning up a little bit. But hopefully I can find the time to do so, guys. I hope you don't mind coming over here to Rathbone Manor and getting absolutely filthy with me today, but if you did, please let me know down below. Okay then, guys, well, thanks for popping over. Thanks for taking a look at these interesting old wrenches with me, and I hope I'll see you, but not the fly, again next time. Alright then, guys, thanks for watching.
Ruff, ruff.